Why is blood red? A simple question that can be answered with a simple answer. Many people will point out that blood is made out of red blood cells, but it is rarely that red blood cells give the blood color. If we zoom in really closely at the cell, we can see a tiny protein called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, often called HB or HGB, whose primary purpose is to transport oxygen. And we have a lot of them. They make up 96% of all weight in our red blood cells. Getting back to the question I asked at the start, the hemoglobin in red blood cells actually cause the red color. Specifically, the hemoglobin with oxygen shows a red color, and a bluish purple color when the hemoglobin is without oxygen. The blue and red color comes from the light hitting the molecule, and some parts of the white light is absorbed, and some of it bounces off to your eyes. You can see when you look at your arm, it has both bluish and red veins. Knowing how much oxygen in your blood is vital to your health. The oxygen level can tell you about various lung diseases. For detecting the amount of oxygen in your blood, we use a small device called a pulse oximeter that attaches to your finger and shows the amount of oxygen in your blood. The device uses the same technique that is similar to how blood color works. If we chop the pulse oximeter in half, we can see two LEDs of different colors and wavelength. One is red and one is infrared, and if we apply the same principle as color, some colors will go through and bounce, and some will be absorbed. Blood with a lower oxygen content will allow more infrared to go through, while a higher amount of oxygen will allow more red light. We then use a detector to determine how much red and infrared light goes through, which allows us to determine the percentages of oxygen in our blood. Every day, we use small gadgets that we take for granted, but they all have fantastic science and engineering behind them.